Now, of course, we have the official reveal of Generation 10, which is huge, guys. I cannot believe we finally got the official reveal of Generation 10. It's so hype. It looks great. I mean, a lot of people are complaining. I've seen so many complaints, but I've also seen so many people be hyped and so many people are excited and are just being positive about it. So let me know. How are you guys feeling? Do you like the starters? Which starters are you gonna pick? I'm gonna definitely go with Gekwa. I mean, dude, I don't even know if it's optional. Well, low-key Angry Burb got me thinking though. But yeah, let me know your favorite Generation 10 starter. We have a lot of good news, guys. We have the current known Pokemon, so the current, I guess you could call it, Pokedex for Pokemon Generation 10. We have other news about the leaks, as well as future things about the game, like the battle gimmick. So here is the current list of known Pokemon. Of course, Pikachu, and we got Windychu and Wavychu. I think those are the names of these two Pikachu models right here that look awesome. And of course, we got the starters, man. More about the starters later. We have some cool, very cool information about the details and the designs of these Pokemon. We also got, of course, Raichu and Alolan Raichu. Oddish, Slugma. I mean, I won't read them all to you, but here's an awesome list. The Wailords, bro, those looked crazy underwater. Of course, Lumineon, which was a leaked photo from a long time ago. Crazy, guys. I cannot believe we're actually going to be able to go underwater now. I think that's probably the top 5 things I'm most excited about this game, is being able to explore underwater. I hope that's an early on game type of thing where we could just go underwater, man. I just want that so bad. But honestly, a pretty good mix of Pokemon. It's interesting, we do have Tangrowth right here, so I wonder if we're going to get, you know, Rotom Speaker, or that new Chef Greedent, or even that new Professor Tangrowth in this game from Pokeopia. I think it's possible. I definitely think that's possible. But other than that, we have not seen any new Pokemon other than the starters, as well as the new Pikachu models. But what's interesting about these Pikachu models, you can see they're actually more tan, and I wonder if that's intentional because of the fact that they are on the island, like they live on the island, so they're just naturally more tan because they're in the sun a lot. As you can see, like, you know, in the trailer, Pikachu definitely looks more pale, which is very interesting. I wonder why they went with that. But yeah, here's the person that made this picture right here, so huge shout out to them. Pokemon Wind and Wave is actually launching in 2027. I know, it's crazy, guys. I'm actually hyped about that, low-key. At first I was disappointed, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay, and we'll talk about it. But you can see Gen 9 becomes the first generation to last 5 whole years. This will be the longest generation ever. I find that to be wild. But honestly, this is good news overall because of the fact that it should mean the game is going to have more development time. I mean, Champions looked better in this new trailer that we just got for Champions compared to the last one. So that game has had more time to cook. So Gen 10 definitely is a huge generation. I am shocked they actually I'm actually shocked that they're taking the chance to delay this game by a whole nother year, because the Terra League said it was going to be 2026. And if you're going to ask, like, you know, why trust the Terra League? Well, dude, so many things in the Terra League have become true. Nintendo, my bro, and I, we both have seen comments about people being like, why are you guys talking about the Terra League? Bro, the Terra League has hit after hit. The Terra League has given us so much real, legit information. Obviously, not everything is still going to come into fruition. Not everything will still happen because plans change. But yeah, like I said, I think that's good news. This year is packed, man. We got Champions, we got Pokéopia, FireRed and LeafGreen, which I still gotta play. I haven't been able to play that yet. And like I said, we still have more leaks to cover very soon, so don't go anywhere just yet. I also have a quick question for you guys. I'm thinking about changing the profile picture to this, which is basically the same background with a new art that I had created by somebody. So I'm thinking I'll change it to this. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments down below. I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but based on the Terra League, the Pokemon shaped clouds are just the equivalent to the new raid mechanic, and it is in fact a Gyarados. Apparently the cloud will be shaped with the Pokemon the raid is for, which is hilarious because I live streamed this entire event and somebody said it looks like Gyarados. I was like, you know what, it does look like a Gyarados. So apparently that's how we're gonna know what the raids are. There's gonna be a cloud in the air with the shape of the Pokemon that is in that raid. How cool is that? That is awesome, bro. Apparently in the trailer, Winds and Waves was actually 30 FPS, not 60 FPS. But if you have to ask me, I think they're gonna make it 60 FPS. I think that's just because technically, if this game is dropping next year, this game is still in development. So I think they could still up that to 60 FPS. I'm not worried about that. Now that we do have 60 FPS with ZA, we are spoiled. We need every single mainline Pokemon game to just continue to be 60 FPS in the future, right? And Pokemon Home is very interesting. So ZA compatibility will release in the spring, as well as FireRed, LeafGreen. Here's a little diagram, little chart. I won't talk too much about this because you guys probably already know. But if you guys don't know, here's the chart, I guess, to just kind of tell you how Home is gonna actually work, right? One thing that's awesome that is from the Terra League technically, but I didn't really pick up on in the trailer, is look how Slugma is glowing. And look how Sizzlipede is also glowing, because what's gonna happen is this is a dark cave. but the lava and the fire Pokemon, these fire type Pokemon, are actually lighting up the tunnel, which I think is so creative because we know from the Terra leak that Charizard's tail is going to be glowing like flame and fire and stuff. Like, it's actually going to be a moving thing. So with that being said, this game is going to look great with the graphics and just the way the environment, I guess I'll call it, moves around you. Like, I am so excited for that. So here's a beta picture of Gen 10, which I know there's Lucario and Mudsdale, but technically those aren't in the game just yet. I mean, they're in the beta, so that's why they're not on that list if you're wondering. Even though I still think it's safe to say they're probably going to be in the game, right? Here is beta versus almost final. Like I said, I'm not going to say this is final just because the game is coming out in 2027. So they still have time to cook this up a little bit. So, I mean, like, not to be nitpicky, but like you can see, you know, the rock is a little bit, I guess, flat right here. The dirt isn't amazing, but dude, it is a huge step up. I'm not going to be nitpicky because I still think the water looks great. I think the graphics overall look good. And it's probably still going to be touched on and improved before it's officially released. And about a year and a half, right? So we got a long time to wait. It's also confirmed that FireRed and LeafGreen on the Switch have been updated with Ho-Oh and Lugia and Deoxys events. You get the corresponding item after you beat the Elite Four. And this was discovered by this user. They cleared the Hall of Fame with the Switch version of FireRed. After entering the Hall of Fame, the Aurora ticket and Mystic ticket were now in their important items. So that's pretty cool. Very cool. Good to know, honestly. Also, a fun fact about the balloons. Apparently, that's where Poke Centers are. I was wondering what those balloons actually were, and I wish I knew this before I released my video yesterday, but hey, if you guys are watching, that's what those balloons actually do stand for. Generation 9 versus what we have of Gen 10 currently. In Gen 10, like I said, it should look even better, and boy oh boy does Scarlet and Violet look terrible compared to this. I mean, my goodness, man. I honestly love these type of videos because of the fact that it's just like a dump. It's a dump of information, a dump of news, leaks, updates, because like I said, we got leaks to cover. We're just giving you all the information about the new trailers, stuff that I missed, stuff that most people missed, but it's crazy. So here is one leak that I want to bring up. This was a person that I brought up a couple of days ago, which I think is so interesting because they just have a history of Scarlet and Violet leaks. I'm just kind of scrolling up and down, but before the game came out, they released a bunch of Scarlet and Violet leaks. So the other day, they posted Rotom Speaker, new Pokemon for Gen 10. What did we get for Pokopia? Rotom Speaker, and I bet it's going to be in Gen 10. I mean, why wouldn't it be in Gen 10, right? They also posted this of what seems like Pokemon names. I thought these were the starters, and obviously they are not. So I'm still convinced like this has got to mean something because of the sole fact that they also tweeted starter purple eyes. And guess what? Littlest Pet Shop, that fool got purple eyes. So I think this still could mean something in the future. So I'm going to keep a tab on this, guys. Remember to keep tabs on this. Remember this for the future, because when we do get another trailer for this game, hopefully sooner than later, these could still maybe be Pokemon. We'll have to see. And they also said Karasu is a remake, which I made a whole video about, so I won't yap about it today. But I just wanted to bring these leaks up because of the fact that this was correct, this was correct. So this probably is going to be correct, and this probably will also be correct as well. A couple of months ago, we had a leak about Generation 10 having voice acting, right? So this game should actually have voice acting in it still. And Amashimo last month said basically voice acting is not going to be revealed in the first trailer. They're not going to reveal it just yet, but apparently they are actually still working on it. So this is still something that actually could be revealed still, and I think it would be awesome. I'm not going to care necessarily if it doesn't have voice acting, but if it does have voice acting, I think that's awesome. Like, I think that's a huge plus. We have Central League saying Brazilian Portuguese voice acting soon, which is another huge source saying voice acting is still gonna happen, guys. Let me know, do you guys care about voice acting? Are you hyped about that? Because personally, I think it'd be awesome to see in a game, and I hope they would get some good voice actors. I mean, you know, they could pick some pretty goofy sounding people, but I do just think that voice acting would be a very nice touch. Wow, okay, so this is interesting too. This actually just happened. This person apparently was the first person to guess Wind and Wave back in 2024, October 12th. Kazunami Wind and Wave would fit for the Johto focus because we've seen them building, which is interesting because I actually still might be doing some sort of Johto game soon. And then Central League's also basically just doing a post saying that they're still going to be having a bunch of things coming out this year, next year, so Pokemon leaks are not going anywhere. You know, everyone's here to stay, guys. I mean, this stuff is so hype. I absolutely love reporting the news to you guys. It's my favorite thing ever, and I absolutely love talking about this stuff with you guys, and I love this community. So honestly, bro, I'm just gonna give you guys a huge shout out. Like, shout out to everybody here, man. Shout out to all the people that just watch the videos, that like, comment, that are in the Discord. You guys are all so awesome, and I absolutely love this community. I cannot wait to see where it takes us within the next year by the time, you know, Gen 10 even actually releases. It's gonna be wild. Many of our lives will completely change by the time Gen 10 comes out. Icy Boy coming out with a crazy Terra League photo, which shout out to Icy Boy, man. He is so talented. Apparently this was in the Terra League the entire time. A Pomeranian. If you guys don't know, Pombon is a Pomeranian. Very interesting. Apparently it was in there the entire time. I want to point something out to you guys as well. This came out and it was real. Quite literally completely real, and this came from 4chan. Now I always say 4chan is not the best place for leaks, but sometimes guys, sometimes a 4chan leak does come out and it is real and it does actually become legit, and in this case quite literally spot on with the leak. I also wanted to say that the Greedent Chef and the Rotom Speaker were leaked as well, and guess what, those also became true. I mean, technically they got released as Pokopia Pokemon, but like I said, they're probably still going to be in Gen 10. Another fascinating thing that I didn't actually notice is that every single starter actually has their respective types on them. I noticed that Gekwa did have the water symbol on its head, which I thought was cool, but I did not notice that Pombon had the fire right there, and then Brout has obviously just the grass symbol right there. Very cool attention to detail, and I definitely just do think that they are growing on me, and I cannot wait to see the evolutions of these Pokemon. But I wanted to point that out because very cool, right? Let's talk about a potential leak rumor slash I don't know, honestly. I'm just gonna say I don't know. So apparently the new mechanic might be called Rebirth. Like I said, I'm not even sure on this. I'm gonna say that this one's probably false because of something that we will get to. So Light88 is just reposting this from 4chan, basically saying that it's going to be called Rebirth. It'll have some sort of Omni boost. If a Pokemon faints, they could, I guess, be reborn with a new special form. At least some have a special form, which makes me think like Mega Evolution, right? Like think of Mega Evolution with a new form, physical appearance, which this is from 4chan, like I said. But the interesting thing about the 4chan post is they actually got the starters correct and they got the champions news correct. But they have a whole list of other things that might not be correct because of the fact that Central Leaks says false, which does entail that the other stuff might not be true. We still may be in the dark about the battle evolution gimmick. I mean, it's still up in the air what like the evolution gimmick is going to be called. The Terra League says Majin. It could be Rebirth. I mean, I don't necessarily like both of those, to be honest, but we will have to see. I cannot wait to actually figure out what that battle evolution gimmick is. I mean, they probably are going to show this off maybe in the next trailer. Maybe could even be next Pokemon Day. I'm not even going to lie. It could be a long time before you see that. But I wanted to bring this up because it's just interesting how that original 4chan post got some stuff right and some stuff might be wrong, but we don't know about it just yet. So as of right now, I'm going to mark that as I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are really watching this far in the video, comment down below car, just the word car. Let me know your thoughts about Generation 10. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.